Calls. I'm Steve Irwin, your host, also the designated broker. Today we have Kristen Olson from Lawyer's Title.
Hi.
And we have Allison Smith from Allison Smith Photography. And Marissa Listed.
Hello.
Hey. So Marissa is with Arizona Prime Real Estate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's Marissa with?
I'm just Meressa.
So today, I don't know, it's the ladies show, I guess, huh?
Yes,
So,
apparently.
So apparently so. So first thing I want to talk about is fire-wise. And
Yes.
you know, we're in our fire season, it's hot, it's dry.
Yes.
Monsoons hadn't started.
Still haven't started, yes.
And you have a connection to Firewise.
Yes, I married Firewise. No, my husband, Steve Emery, has been with Central Yavapai Fire Department. He retired, and we live in Stone Ridge, and so now he's on Firewise in Stone Ridge. He does all of their inspections out there. And we are dry, very dry, as you probably are aware. And if you haven't heard of defensible space, it's something that you need to look into, and you can call any of the fire departments locally. They will walk you through what you need to do, but it'll help you in case we do have a wildland fire, which is something that has been happening a lot more lately in the last few years.
It's literally our only natural disaster.
True.
We have very little tornadoes, no earthquakes.
True.
None of that. It's fire is our big concern.
Yeah, but we have so many resources here that many people aren't aware of. Not only do we have the National Forest Service here, but we also have our own set of hot shots here. We have the slurry bombers that actually fly out of the Prescott airport. Mm-hmm. And so you can hear them flying over. You'll start seeing all the chatter on the social medias, what's going on, where's the fire. But it's wonderful to have all of those resources so close to us to actually save our forest.
Now, a friend of mine over in Hacienda, they've actually came out and helped him clear. He has 3 acres.
Oh, wow.
So is that common?
They will do it. Usually it's more Prescott Fire Department that will do that for them. They have a whole division that will actually come out and do it. I'm not sure if they'll do it for free of charge.
Right.
There may be a cost involved. I know Central doesn't, and then since we had Yarnell and everything, they've actually started a bunch of other organizations here locally, like Arrow Fire Protection or Fire Surface or what protection, will come out and clear and do all that for you because some of our residents are older and that's hard to do.
So, you know what I got an email about last night?
What?
So the Prescott Fire Department retired one of their 18-year-old pumpers.
Oh, wow.
Guess what they did with it?
Gave it to probably another department.
Gave it to Yavapai College.
Oh, yay!
What does Yavapai College do? They train firefighters.
Yes, they do. You
And
guys have
so
fire
now they got a
science.
pumper to work on.
Yeah.
So, well, very good. So
That's awesome. Thank
well,
you.
I'll have to call your Steve out and come and look at my place.
Well, and I'm trying to get him another job, so if you know anybody's hiring, let me know. Yeah, sorry.
If he wants to sell real estate, have him give me a call.
Yeah, I will. I will.
So now, Allison, you do Matterport. So tell us what that is.
I do photography, I do aerial and Matterports. So a Matterport is basically like Google Earth for a house. You can walk through it and feels pretty similar to being inside the house, but you can do it from home.
So, and I think everyone will agree in this environment, we show homes virtually.
Right,
And
especially right now.
Especially right now. And really photos, videos, aerials. Now you said aerial, you mean drone photos.
Yes.
And so those are what's selling houses right now. Mm-hmm. And so you have to get professional photos. I've actually looked at houses, pictures done with cell phones.
Oh, no.
There's a lot.
No.
Just not doing justice. I mean.
No. Well, and I've just read that they're seeing a 20% increase of houses being sold virtually. So that what you do is vital, especially.
You have to do it if you expect to sell a house.
Right, and there's so many houses that just get totally looked over, even if they're a great house, because there's no pictures.
Well, and I know like on Zillow, if you don't have at least 26 photos, you won't rise to the top in that search engine.
Wow.
And if you do a video, it's a little bit higher, and then the aerials make it better too. Mm-hmm. So if you want that exposure, just because it's in the MLS, probably not going to sell it on its own.
Well, and the other thing is you tend to make more if
Yeah.
you have pictures because more people come and look at the house and you get more
Right.
offers. I can't remember what the percentage is, but there is an increase in general.
definitely. And you know, the thing is that we were talking about before the show, is staging a home and how the pictures look differently if there's furniture or decorations in the home, and it makes a difference.
Well, you guys had mentioned that, and I'm really bad at proportion sizes. I mean, I couldn't tell you how far 3 feet is. But
well,
I never
if your
knew.
husband tells you,
I don't even want to go there. But I wasn't aware that if I looked at a vacant room, it can throw the proportions of that room off.
Right.
Okay, so how, if I had a house that was listing, how could you help me with that?
I actually do virtual staging.
You do?
I do. And so,
Yeah.
I do that.
so if a room is like 10 by 12, which is kind of like the average size of a bedroom, you want to make sure that it shows a 10 by 12.
Right.
Because the most disappointing thing, and I think you had mentioned it too, is, hey, this is the ideal house for you because of the pictures are deceiving, and then you get there and it's like, wow, that's not really a 10 by 12, that's like a 6 by 8 or something.
Yeah.
Well,
you
what
know.
happened to you?
Well, so we went, the pictures looked amazing. The floors looked stunning, the kitchen looked stunning, the house looked really big and open. And then we get there and I'm telling the client as we're going up, this is a great house. I think this might be a good house for you. And then we walked in and the smoke hit me first through a mask, I might add. And I was like, wow, that's smoke. So I said, oh, somebody smoked in here. And they're like, can you get that out? And I was like, I have zero experience with that, so I don't know. And there was cracks in the foundation. The
Oh
floor
my
was
gosh.
uneven. It was horrible. It was so hot.
So those
So
pictures
hot.
were
It was
not.
so deceiving. The property didn't look the same. I don't know if they took it in summer and
Maybe it was a different
or
house.
winter.
It may have
It
been
wasn't-
like
it-
photos from like 10 years ago.
It might have been. They're like newly remodeled. I'm like, who did you hire?
Oh, and
So,
you had clients when you
I
showed.
did, but we left there pretty quickly, and then I ended up showing them a really good house.
Oh, good, good. Oh,
no.
And I think to Allison's point is that when you go to a house with an expectation, it looks this way in the photos, and you get there and you're so disappointed,
Yeah.
you're not even going to consider making an offer on that.
No, it's a waste of time for everyone.
It is, and it's really a waste of time for the homeowner because they're trying to sell the home thinking, their home's being marketed
Right.
accurately, and it's not.
well, how does your client feel about you as an agent after you've talked up this house?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Well, it's
I'll never do
embarrassing.
that. I'll make sure I walk the house before I ever say that again. But
Yeah,
we were in there
preview.
like a minute and a half, but we had like 2 really good houses after that.
Good,
So.
quick save.
But it goes the opposite way too. You can take pictures and the house looks smaller or it looks darker, or the pictures are important. And I think a lot of people underestimate the value of a good picture and good
a
lighting
really good
Right.
And
picture.
using a professional.
and using
Well,
a professional.
and you can take them wrong, and then, like you said, they look bad, makes the house look small and dark, and the windows are all blown out. Or you make it look too good, like the other pictures, and it's over photoshopped, and it's
Yeah.
deceiving.
Right. And so I think clients have an expectation of they fall in love with the house, but then they go to the house, they want to verify that the pictures are accurate, and when they're not, it gets them really upset.
Yeah, I would think so.
So anyway, so let's talk a little bit. One of the questions we get a lot is realtors, people don't understand, are independent business owners. And tell us your experience being an independent business owner.
So you go and you represent a broker, obviously. So I represent Steve. But really the marketing and you getting yourself out there and you showing the houses, you're running your own business. So it's really up to me to represent you in the best
Right.
way that I can. Steve
Right.
helps and he guides and I talk to him all the time. But in reality, it's all about me building my business so that I can make
And your clientele.
and my clientele, yep.
And when you, in our office, is what we see is that when an agent does a really, really good job, which they all do, we've never had a bad experience with one of our folks, but then they start working with a client and they build that relationship, but they maintain that relationship over their career, and that client refers them and sends them more
Oh,
business,
wow.
and they keep growing. And you're experiencing that now. You got a backup offer you're working
I
on.
do, yep.
And you-
Luckily, I have my dad
Yeah.
working together, and he's got 20 years experience, so it's a little intimidating trying to
So you're
to
second
live up.
generation.
I'm second generation, but he has a lot of contacts, which is nice because he moved away.
Yeah.
I
He's in
get
the
to
valley.
take them,
Yeah.
So I get to have his clients now, which is nice because then I'm hoping the spider effect
Right.
will go out and people will start recommending me because I'm really good at what I do.
That's right. And you have a possible listing, I know, that you've been
I do.
working on.
Yep.
So it's over there
On Apollo Heights.
in Apollo
Oh,
Heights
wow.
area.
Yeah,
So-
it's gonna be. I think it'll be a great listing. I do.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
And all those homes have great view. They overlook the valley and everything, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a nice area. So they sell quite well.
Yep.
So-
Yeah, we're excited. We're really excited to get that one on the market for sure.
Oh, excellent. So he's going to go ahead and show us what you sent him in the Dropbox. So what pictures or videos did you send over today?
I have a couple home pictures, and then my background isn't actually in real estate. I went to film school and did event photography.
Well, you went to photography, like
Wow.
be a photographer?
Yeah, because I would say most people think they're a photographer now because they're on social media. You actually have an education in this.
No,
yeah.
I
Because I have a
backtracked
camera,
and-
but I'm not a photographer.
No, I did videography.
Oh,
I did
wow.
like the rugby nationals
Oh, my
and
gosh.
concerts. I did stuff like that.
Wow.
And so, and I didn't really like the kind of people that I worked with. And my husband is from Prescott. I grew up in Orlando and did all that there. And we met on a cruise and then got married and moved back here. And it's a much better market for real estate here.
Good.
And I have much nicer people that I work
Yay.
with. So this is what I do now. And so I have other pictures of just Prescott and other things like that on as well. So
Oh,
yeah.
excellent.
And then I have a couple virtual stage pictures that I can point out to you too.
Oh, good.
So
Oh, excellent.
yeah, that's
So
what I do.
let's go ahead and let's wind up a little bit about how lawyers title your office, how they have adapted to this market. I know the building you're in
Yes.
used to be National Bank?
No, it was World Savings Bank.
World Savings Bank, that's
Yes.
right. Because I looked at that for our office.
Yes.
And I found that the remodel cost was more than I wanted to pay. I'm a realtor and, we're cheap.
So it was World Savings Bank, and then we had the mortgage collapse, and Wells Fargo inherited it, and so we leased it from Wells Fargo.
And the cool thing is you have a drive-through, open escrow window that no one else has.
We do. We hadn't used the drive-through until the COVID hit, and everybody went on quarantine. Well, we're still open. People are still closing their houses. They're still buying. They're still selling. So we were trying to figure out a way to keep everybody safe and protect and still abide by our company's rules. And we went, why not open the drive-through? So we opened the
love that.
drive-through. We are ordering the actual parts right now. It's just a baby's monitor. So
I did get to use that.
I'm familiar with that.
people are laughing about that, but it actually
laughed.
worked really well.
It really did. It worked really well.
Yes.
It was nice to be able to not have to get out of my car with my
Especially
children
if you
and
have kids, or it's
Yep.
hot, or it's raining. Hopefully we'll get the rain. It's really, really great because of that. Now we also do the signings with the plexiglass.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so everybody comes in, everybody's masked up, gobs of hand sanitizer, and then there's plexiglass between us and the buyer or the seller, and then we're slipping documents back and forth between them. Yeah, because I don't think this is going to end anytime soon.
They listening to the news, it's just a lot of information out there. One thing they did say that they're in stage 3 of the final testing for the vaccination,
good.
so could be any time after September.
Good.
So we're hoping.
Yeah, because everybody wants to go back to normal, and
Right.
people are moving here, and they're excited. And it's just hard to be able to read facial expressions when you have a mask, and all you have is eyes. And I keep
very
showing-
expressive.
a little- yeah, big eyebrows.
I went in my bank with my sunglasses, my mask on, and they didn't even think anything weird. I
That's
thought,
like-
I
rubbing
thought
the
that.
bank.
Yeah,
This is the only time it's socially acceptable to go into a bank with a mask on.
Yeah.
I know, but it is interesting times now.
yeah, because we've adapted to that market too, where we have all the PPE
yeah.
equipment, gloves, and masks, and we're even wearing booties,
Oh,
foot
good.
covers, and we're not touching high-touch surfaces.
Right.
Many of the listings, the agent will say, "I'll unlock everything. You don't have to touch anything."
I've
And
heard
so
that.
we've been doing that too.
I've heard they're even willing to open like a cabinet or a
Right.
door and turn on all the lights so that all you have to do as the client, as the buyer, just walk in and look.
Well, and quite frankly, I've probably done more FaceTime.
FaceTime, yeah.
And Duo, and I haven't used Zoom for virtual showings, but
Google Meets and
yeah, Google. There are
Yeah.
a ton of stuff out there, and we're doing that, and it's working.
yeah.
So we haven't slowed down at all.
It's pretty surprising to me that the market didn't
Slow at all.
It was almost like people were home more, so they're like, I want to go look at
Yeah,
houses.
look at Alice. That's right.
I think they got tired of living in their house,
Yep.
and then they started to want to look. And I would think that would be such a huge thing for you
Yeah,
because
Yeah,
you'd be going right there to look at the tours.
that's right.
I'm gonna say my business changed in a matter of days after everything happened. Like I was doing pictures and drone mostly, and then it went all Matterport. And now, in the last couple months, it's evened out and it's back to where it was.
Well, you know, the thing is, I looked on your website. It's not as expensive as I thought it was.
I
your
really
prices
try to
are
make
very-
it affordable.
I don't know how much.
So, 4,000 square foot house, which would be a big
That's
house.
a big house.
Yeah, that's a lot of house.
What, a couple $100?
For a Matterport
Yeah,
is $165.
that's not bad.
That's
I mean,
That's not bad.
that's not bad
Okay,
at
so
all.
then how much is like a drone? Can I just hire you to drone over my neighborhood? I'm not sure my neighbors would like it.
For the right price.
But I'll tell my husband it's for your Firewise.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
virtual view of everything.
Yeah, I really try to make it affordable, and I've worked for other real estate photography companies, and there are a lot that are overpriced.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of places where there's kind of a monopoly on photographers. So it's either you dish out for a professional or you hire someone that does Instagram. And so I really try to do both.
So when you guys do your pictures, do you push it out to social media?
Yeah, I do. You know, you have to have a special license now with social media to do anything that's real estate or mortgage related now.
Oh, really?
They clamp down on it, and so I have that license, so I can specifically boost real estate and mortgages, political and civic issues.
So you can boost your tours for your listings that she does.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that's cool.
Yeah, before, you know, you could just do like a flyer for her house and then boost it. But now they look and say, wait a minute, that's real estate related? You need a disclosure, you need to verify your identity.
Wow.
Yeah, with all the wire fraud, mortgage fraud going on right now, you gotta step it up a little bit.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're getting thousands of views on our listings on social media. Zillow, we're killing it. I mean, just
Okay.
a lot of that, and we're getting a lot of showings. So
So how do you send that to them?
The Matterport?
Yeah.
I work with Matterport, and so I'll do the scan and then upload it, and it processes within about a day. And then I just send the realtor a link, and it brings them to Matterport's website. And through Matterport, you can upload it. to
So
different
as what
places.
Matterport is specifically, it's a device that sits on a tripod that has a laser scanner that measures the room.
Okay.
It's got 9 different lenses on it. So
Oh
it-
my God, that's
wow.
a lot of lenses.
Yeah, and so it does
like
a
an ant.
3D scan,
Or a fly.
360. Yeah, and it is pretty accurate with the square footage measurement too. So you can go through and measure. This wall is 18 feet, and 18 by 12, and it's up
It
to like
actually,
99% accurate.
yeah, within like 99% accuracy
Yeah.
on it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
then when that thing, it measures the room, then the next circle it does the pictures, right?
And it's accurate enough that I can make,
A floor plan?
yeah, like a blueprint.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. It's high tech.
That's really cool.
Is that the one that has the arrows when you go into the listing? It has the arrows and you walk through. the
Yeah,
house?
it's got the little circles and you click on it and walk
that's
through.
really
How is
neat.
that with like virtual reality?
I have never used it. I don't That really would be like cool. wearing those.
No.
so-
Have you tried it?
And I'm already.
have a feeling you
I
may
don't know. They're, but those little dots are 10 feet apart.
Okay.
But you can also click on the dot to go to the other side of the room too, so you don't have. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
used
you
them on
can click
several.
anywhere and it'll move you.
That's
Right.
cool though.
It's very nice.
Well, it sounds like a lot of work though, so it'd be definitely beneficial to hire a professional to do it.
It's
Yeah.
well, you have to have a subscription with it, so you can't really get your own because
Right.
you have to have 25 to
Right.
have their base
Right.
package. So unless you're doing a lot of spaces, it's probably not worth it to buy one.
Right. Well, it's expensive and it takes time. You have to know how to do it. And it's really not worth it for a realtor to get into that because the technology is too high and it's affordable.
It's affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that time, so I'm like, yeah, go. Be free. Make me look good. Yeah.
Gladly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode.
Okay.
We've been at it for a little while, but Kirsten, you're going to come back
Yay.
on a regular schedule. Last episode or 2 episodes ago, we talked about your calendar of events
Yes.
that she does. So she publishes that, and
Monthly.
people can subscribe to that, right?
It just goes to the agents, and usually I
Okay.
let the agents post it out to wherever they want to.
Okay.
And, yeah, change
So,
it.
but they can call their agents and say, hey, look,
They can call you guys.
they can call us.
Mhm.
Allison, you're going to come back periodically with some of your interesting listings.
Yeah,
And so are you going to come
Yep.
back to let us know what's going on in your business.
absolutely.
Excellent. Well, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Prescott Gallery of Homes. This is season 2. I think we're on episode 5.
Wow.
So we're getting there. Thanks guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.